With so many screens, with 50 billion connected devices online by 2020, it's going to open up all these new areas for us to reach our consumers. But the biggest thing we have to get right is how to connect with them in those spaces. We can't just simply take what is terrible pop-up ads from the 90s and shove them into an Apple Watch or shove them into other places, because the reality is these connected devices are the first widespread devices in human history that have emotional affiliation to them. And with that emotional affiliation, it can bring a massive rejection of brands if they don't do it correctly in that space. What actually Miller Brown has really helped us see with a lot of our digital already is that there's also a huge risk to negatively impact things like purchase intent and favorability if not done correctly. And so I think we have to weigh all those things in, where we can't just do what we call spray and pray of like, let's just throw it out there, let's not do any pre-testing, and let's wait to see what happens and then optimize. We still have to make sure that we are being really smart about the new channels opening up, that we're as quickly as possible establishing best practices, and that we're understanding that not every engagement is a good engagement, and we need to make sure that we're not doing anything that can cause negative impact to our brands and to our equities. Getting digital right to me means moving into the next phase of understanding digital, which is understanding the complexity within digital. So I've been very happy to see some front leaders in the industry starting to not just talk of digital as one big mass, one big area, but also understanding that there's probably 200 plus different channels within digital. And within each of those channels, there's different best practices, there's different mind states the consumer is in, there's different ways to reach and engage them. And if you really acknowledge it, it's quite scary, but I also think that it's a huge opportunity to get all the different sub-channels within digital right. I think we have only started to scratch the surface of the potential, especially in mobile. So if you think about mobile has huge emotional affiliation to it, and we're taking what used to work in other channels and forcing it a bit in mobile. I think when we can crack the emotional affiliation and tapping into that emotional piece from a research side, but also from a consumer side, it's going to really unlock possibility.